majority of women are absolutely delusional. They are.
How so?
But why? Oh,
Yep.
well, they're delusional because they believe that there's this special man specifically for them.
Yes.
That will worship the ground that she walk on for eternity and not see any other woman besides her, and not have any sexual desire for another woman outside of her, and give her all of his money and all of his attention to her. And time.
Yeah.
And she believes that the older she gets, the more opportunity that she's going to face. You know why? Because she does not understand men.
A man starts dating a girl, and suddenly, boom, she thinks she got the deed to his whole life. Like, you are mine now, your time, your phone, your soul, all of it. Sis thinks he ain't got a job, no hobbies, not even a dog to walk. She's mad if he blinks too long without texting back. Girl, he's dating you, not signing up for federal custody. Let the man breathe. He didn't join a cult, he just took you to dinner.
Lucky for us, a man made a website.
Okay. Of course I Googled it, and look at what it's called. IGotStandardsBro.com. And look at that, they made it super simple for us with only 3 answers that we can pick. I did do it with slightly different answers just because I was curious what the statistics would be like if I did so. So the first time I left in married men, and the second time I excluded married men. Not including married men, my standards are at 24.6% that I will meet somebody according to my stats. And I'm labeled as down to earth, but I got 2 on the crazy cat lady scale. And this was counting men who make slightly more money than me, at least when I'm in an office job. But if I include married men, my likelihood to meet a man that meets my standards is suddenly 67%, and I'm suddenly easy to please on the cat lady scale. My delusional ass is married, so...
When a crush finally texts back and you play it cool like, oh, you still alive. But inside, you're doing the happy dance like you just won the lottery, acting all nonchalant, but you've already planned your wedding playlist, trying to be chill, but your heart's racing like it's in the Indy 500. You reply, lol, no worries, while simultaneously drafting your vows. Girl, you ain't fooling anyone. Your inner fangirl is doing cartwheels.
One of my friends sent me a female delusion calculator.
I'm gonna be single forever.
Men like to convince women that they're delusional for having standards in dating because they don't want to fulfill the standards we have. I think it's one of those things, it's like, why do men want to date women in their 20s? Because women in their 20s don't have the standards that you might have when you enter your 30s, and you're like, I'm not gonna do that shit again. Because once you enter your 30s and you're entering this like new era of dating, because you're starting to look around and see like, okay, so for the last 10 years, I've been dating with no real sets of standards, no real needs, no real boundaries. And what has it gotten me? A bunch of men that don't want to provide anything for me, that don't want to meet my needs, that don't want to provide for me emotionally, like that aren't really committed, that don't really want what I want, that don't share my values, that can't satisfy me in the bedroom. Like, you look around, you're like, that's happened enough times that I see that not having any standards ain't gonna give me what I want. And it's interesting, right? Because it always seems to me that the reaction to a woman setting some standards for herself in her life is men coming out and saying like, you're too much, you're mid, like you're not good enough, why are your standards so high? And the underlying message to all this is that you are not worthy of what it is that you want and require in this. And why would that be, right? Like what does it serve for a man to undermine a woman's worth? They undermine your worth so that you will perform the femininity that they desire, which is a woman who will cook, who will clean, who will serve them, who will perform in the bedroom, who will be available, who will not need too much, who will not say no, who will not like require things from them that they don't want to give. This is what is happening when a man tries to tell you that what you need is too much, that you are too much, and that your standards are too high. And the thing is that we are at this very pivotal turning point in history, I believe, where women are starting to say, if you don't want to give it to me, don't give it to me. But I'm not going to stand here and be given less and still stay. And you may have men walk away from you. You probably will have men walk away from you when you say that thing. But you know what's true? You are not losing anything because your needs were never going to get met in the first place. His were, right? You were going to meet his needs, but he was not going to meet yours. So you are not losing, even though in the moment when somebody walks away from you, I damn know that it feels like you are losing. But baby girl, if they were never going to give you what you needed, you didn't lose a damn thing.
Shorty out here giving a full-blown podcast about herself, with no guests, talking like God made her on a Sunday, signed it and dropped the mic. She praises herself so hard that even her shadow got tired of clapping. I don't chase, I attract. Girl, you attract drama and attention, let's be real. Acting like the world's her stage and we're just the underpaid extras. Mirrors like, damn, not this monologue again. She said, humble, nah, she blocked that word. Every convo turns into her autobiography, uncut, unfiltered, unwanted. She doesn't need fans, she is her fan base, fan club and fan page. Certified Delulu, but make it main character syndrome.
Some of the most beautiful, well-rounded women are the most single because it is really hard to find a equivalent high-value man that matches them on every level, that they also have a really real, genuine connection with. High-value women never have a roster, never had a roster. You don't give out your time and energy like for nothing. Women that respect themselves and are confident in what they have to offer in a relationship are quick to cut a guy off if he shows any signs of disrespect. Like, it's cut.
She's like, if he doesn't treat you like a queen, drop him, sis. Okay, but what if you're out here acting like a red flag wrapped in pretty packaging? Sorry ladies, you're out here setting PhD level standards while showing kindergarten behavior. Men gotta be therapists, chefs, millionaires. Meanwhile, you bring vibes and vibes only. You ghost him for 2 days and then get mad when he doesn't read your mind. Sis, this ain't Delulu land. He ain't your emotional punching bag. If he's gotta be Prince Charming, you better not show up as the final boss from a telenovela. Respect's a two-way street, not a dead-end alley when it's your turn. You say self-love, but forgot basic decency in the group chat. Let's not act like men don't need therapy after dating some of y'all.
Mad clips, baby. We do this thing on our show called the Delusion Calculator, right? And it, accounts for men from the U.S. Census Bureau, National Health Survey, CDC, etc. It's the most accurate assessment of men in the United States. And when we ask them, okay, how much do you want your guy to make? They always say 6 figures. How tall do you want to be? 6 foot tall. What race? White or black, right? How
many abs?
Like education level, etc. And it's incredible, dude. Even regular girls, when they say, this is what I want, the guy always falls into one percentile. So what it comes down to is like, there's more beautiful women than attractive men. So who has the leverage? The higher status men do. And that puts women in a bad predicament because now they can't find their guy.
My response to all of this is, yup, too bad, have a nice day. I'm not saying don't learn. I'm not saying don't improve yourself. I'm saying that, like, human society is built upon men being better than other men.
Yeah.
And so guys need to recognize one simple thing. Every day you wake up, you need to look around you and figure out how you can be better than you were yesterday. That's
Girls be like, what's his salary, his height, his car, his star sign? Meanwhile, dudes just out here like, yo, can she be loyal though? She wants 6 figures, 6 feet tall, 6-pack abs, a mythological creature. Bro's just hoping she ain't texting Chad while saying goodnight babe. He's bringing loyalty, love, and leftovers. She's bringing attitude and Amazon carts. It's not a relationship anymore. It's a job interview, with no paycheck. Sis wants a king, but treats him like a peasant if he is 5 feet 10 inches. Meanwhile, dude just wants someone who won't flip out over a 2-minute reply delay. Priorities looking real different on both sides of the table, but hey, at least one of them ain't measuring love with a tape measure. That's it for today, people. Thanks for watching Manhood. Give us a shout out in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.